Hello and welcome to Sunday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where I'm in a world of trouble today. It's gone 6:30. This puzzle has come up. It's got 3 stars out of 5 for difficulty. If I can't do it in a reasonable amount of time, there's a very, very real chance I won't meet the 8:30 deadline, which I haven't missed since the start of the first COVID lockdown. So wish me luck. Mad Mod Quad Loop is the name of the puzzle, and it's Yttrio, who is a fantastic setter. This is what we're going to be attempting today. Loads and loads of great comments on Logic Masters Germany, as you'd expect for an Yttrio puzzle. Now I've got to rush through things. So what else can I tell you about? Over on Patreon, just a couple of days left to enter our monthly competition, which was of course Riff Clown's Interactions, the Sudoku gallery, loads and loads and loads. Literally, well, I'm not going to give a number, but I suspect it might be over 1,000 entries so far, which is fantastic. Also over there, we've got my mammoth solve of Jesper Josephson's Circle Sums. So if you like your Sudoku videos rather longer than I hope this one will be, check that out. Now, and I've got some birthdays to do as well, so let's do some birthdays. So we've got Kevin, it's your birthday, and I know this because your brother John, your brother Rob wrote to us. You might have a brother John as well, but that's not what it says on my paper. So Kevin, and also Kevin and Rob found the channel independently from one another and only discovered that they both watched it when Rob was watching Kevin solve a Sudoku or talk about Sudoku. And mentioned a channel he watched called Cracking the Cryptic, and Rob was able to sort of interpose into the conversation something about a 3 in the corner, and then Kevin realised that they both watched it, and I think they found delight in that. And well, actually, the only bad thing about Kevin's birthday is that Kevin's favourite cake is banana cream pie. Kevin, what are you doing? You can't. Oh, that's just absolutely foul. But Rob's going to get you chocolate cake anyway. Good man, Rob. Very good. And Kevin, I hope it doesn't spoil your birthday too much. Next, we'll move over to South Africa and Johannesburg, where Lulu has turned 41 today. Now, I'm thinking it's 41 because the only tip given was that you're soon going to be turning the answer to life, the universe, and everything. So I'm guessing it's 41 this year, perhaps 42 next year, Lulu. Oh yeah, and Lulu is having honeycomb pancake cake, and I've got a picture. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, that looks absolutely sensational. Is that the pancake sort of providing the layering in is that icing? I don't know what it is, but it looks absolutely festive. So Lulu, I'm quite jealous about that, and I hope you have a great birthday. Next, Tommy. Tommy's turned 24 today, and I know this because your girlfriend Rachel wrote to us and told us. I think you're both over in Japan. I think, Tommy, you're recovering from a knee injury. I hope that is improving. I know that knees can be delicate things. And very annoying things as well. Anyway, I hope you managed to find some chocolate cake today. And then finally, a birthday I should have done yesterday, but I actually didn't get the message in time. It only arrived in the evening. I'd already recorded yesterday's video. But over there in Utah, it's Memphis's birthday. We're not in Tennessee. And Memphis has turned 1. And I know this, Memphis, because your dad, Brighton, wrote to let us know and told us that you're a curious boy, and today may be the first day the day that you get your first bite of chocolate cake. I hope that's right, Memphis, and I'm delighted to hear that you recognise Cracking the Cryptic music at least. That is fantastic. Fantastic news. Maybe one day you will be a world Sudoku champion. It sounds like you're starting young enough that you have every chance. Many happy returns. Now, let's have a look at Mad Mod Quad Loop, and I will read you the rules. We have got normal Sudoku rules applying, so we've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, in every column, and in every 3x3 box. Cells separated by a white dot are consecutive, so if this square was a 1, this square here would be a 2 to be consecutive with 1. Cells separated by a black dot have a 2-to-1 ratio, and not all possible dots are necessarily given. So let's look at black dots. So if this square was a 2, this square would either have to be 4 or 1. So basically on a black dot, you just make sure that one digit is double the other, and you're good to go. And the thing about not all possible dots are necessarily given is just saying this could absolutely be a 1-2 pair. Just because you could put a dot between them doesn't mean you have to. So it's perfectly possible for there to be consecutive dominoes or dominoes in a 2-to-1 ratio elsewhere. But the thing we do know is that we know positive information about all of these dominoes. And that's the thing we're going to have to focus on. Digits in a... I read that as digits in a cell. I'm going crazy. Digits in a circle must appear in at least one of the 4 surrounding cells. Okay, so those squares have to include a 2, 5 and an 8. These squares have to include a 1, 4 and a 7. And then we have to draw a 1-cell wide loop of orthogonally connected cells. The loop may not touch itself, not even diagonally. So we're going to have to draw some sort of loop in the grid, 1 cell wide, and what we can't do is something like... no, we can do that. Hang on, let's work out what we can't do. We can't do something like... oops. I'm failing to come up with anything good here. Something like... oh, bobbins, I've really messed this up. hang on, I'm nearly there. No, I'm going to do it. We cannot do that. There we go. We can't make a Silverstone racetrack that looks like that because that loop is touching itself diagonally at these points, and that's too naughty for words. We mustn't do that if we want to get the puzzle right. The loop must enter exactly one of the 4 cells surrounding each given quad clue. Right, exactly one. So the loop only goes into one of those 4 cells. It only goes into one of those 4 cells, etc. That's interesting straight away. And here is the kicker. The loop acts as a modular line. Each set of 3 adjacent digits along the loop must be 1 each from the sets 147, 258 and 369. So if you look at your number pads, if you use a number pad to fill in the Sudoku, you can see 1, 4 and 7 are sort of on the left hand side, 2, 5 and 8 are in the middle column, and 3, 6, 9 are on the right hand side. So say that these cells were on the loop, then no, in fact it's probably going to be easier if I extend the loop. What we have to make sure is within this 3-cell segment there, within those orange cells, we have 1 from each modularity. But there's a consequence really, because then look at those 3 squares. They also have to include 1 of each modularity, and these 2 are common, aren't they? Which means these 2 will inevitably be of the same modularity. Hopefully that's clear, but that's going to be, I no doubt, very important if we want to solve this puzzle correctly. Do have a go. Yttrio's puzzles are always great. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. I'm starting up here. I'm not messing about today. I could see this straight away as we were doing the example. Only one of these cells is allowed to be on the loop. And obviously if we go into this square, we're going to have to keep going. We're going to take a second cell. The same is true for this cell. The same is obviously true for this cell. So this cell is definitely on the loop, which means I will make it blue. I'll try and use blue and orange. Orange for not on the loop, blue for on the loop, because I think that they're our most colorblind friendly option. So this is going to be a corner of the loop. That cell can't be on the loop or the loop would touch itself. Too naughty for words. Right. And the next thing I'm going to tell you, I don't know if I'm meant to do this now, but I'm going to tell you it anyway, is that within these 3 squares, there has to be a cell with the modularity 3, 6 and 9, because that's what the rules said. And if 3, 6 and 9 are in those 4 cells in the corner, we can immediately say neither of these squares can be 3, 6 or 9. So that is 3, 6 or 9 straight out of the box. Okay. I want to say the loop goes there, but I'm not sure. Can it? Oh no, no, that's that total nonsense. It doesn't have to go here at all. Let me do anything with that one. Yeah, that can't be on the loop. If that's on the loop, you're either going there or there. And that will put 2 cells in this quad on the loop. So that's not on the loop. That's not on the loop either, is it? Because if you get, however you get there... Oh no. Ah, well, it's not on the loop because you can't turn. If the loop did that, this is isolated. Remember, the loop can't turn and hit itself, so it can't go to there. So that's not on the loop. Same token, that's not on the loop. So, right, so we get a similar thing here to what we got here. That's become on the loop, and that is a corner of the loop. And therefore, this square is not on the loop. There's something going on here. Ah, now does that have to be... Oh, right. I've got a different bit of logic here. So those squares include the digits 1, 4 and 7. But these 4 squares also include the digits 1, 4 and 7. But that square can't be 1, 4 or 7 because there's a 1, 4, 7 around there. So these squares must be a 1, 4, 7 triple, and they're all different digits. No, forget all that. Well, it's true, but I've just realised that this cell is on this quadruple, so these squares are not on that quadruple. So now we go here, and now I was wondering about this. Now we can apply the same logic we did over here because we do have 3 cells in box 1, and this is what we're always going to be looking for. If we can find 3 cells in a row like this that are all restricted in terms of modularity, and what do I mean by restricted? Well, clearly neither of these squares can be a 1, 4 or 7. Then this square is a 1, 4 or 7. Now somehow we need to tie these together. The problem is we could wiggle, couldn't we? Which is a bit disconcerting. Do we use the... Oh, you can't put 7 on a black dot. I'm going to take anything I can get. So this digit is either 2 or 8, actually. Oh, which makes, well, makes total sense with this being 2, 5 and 8, look. Okay, I can do one... I can do something here. Neither of these squares can be loop. Because if you put that on the loop, you're going to have to take another cell, otherwise you're cul-de-saced, aren't you? The same is true of this. So one of these is 2, 5 or 8. Okay. I mean, why couldn't it? So if it's this one, the loop would do that, because it could... Well, oh, would it actually? Is that just nonsense? That might be nonsense. What I just said there might be not. No, it would do that because it can only take 1 cell. So it either does exactly that. Oh no, that's beautiful. Right. Okay, sorry. This is perhaps easier than I was making it as well, but I've just realised something really rather beautiful. That is not a possible pattern for the loop. And the reason is gorgeous, actually. And it's nothing to do with this square. It's to do with these 3 squares, of course. So let me just go back. So I'm trying to work out which of these squares is on the loop, because one of them must be, by the rules of the puzzle. And if it's this one, we're only allowed to take this out of the quad. So we then have to turn and connect the loop like this. And the point is that this is a run of 3 digits that couldn't include a 2, 5 or 8. So that cannot be right, because one of these must be a 2, 5, 8 by the rules. So this is not on the loop. This is on the loop. That's a corner of the loop, and the loop closes like this. And now, this is what I was hoping, we might be able to extend this, because we know, and this is the point I was doing in the example, these 3 squares include a 1, 4, 7 already. So these 2 are not from the 1, 4, 7 modularity, which means in that triple, that must be from the 1, 4, 7 modularity. And we can extend this all the way along the loop. We're going to get loads of stuff. We can do the same bouncing back with the 3, 6, 9. That's 369. Oh, in fact, we might need to... I don't know. This is now 2, 5 or 8, obviously. So that means this is 2, 5 or 8. This is 3, 6 or 9. We might want to... well, it might be more efficient to do this by colouring. I'm not sure. I'm going to keep going with pencil marking for the time being, and we'll see where we get to. Oh, this is lovely. Right, how does the loop then go from this box? Now, if it went to this square, you can see by loop modularity this would be a 1, 4 or a 7, which it can't be. So it doesn't go there, which means that's not on the loop. These aren't on the loop. This is on the loop and is a 1, 4 or 7. Now, I've got a 1, 4, 7 triple in row thingy, the technical term for row 4. And row thingy, that means all these squares are from the other modularities. Bobbins, I don't know. Oh, well, that's no. That one I will take advantage of then, because 2, 5 and 8 are in those. So that square's 3, 6 or 9. I mean, we might as well. And what's well, that's great. That's actually great, because the loop doesn't go there then, because that would put 2, 3, 6 and 9s too quickly. So that's not on the loop. This is on the loop. And that's the only one around there it's allowed to take. Oh, this is gorgeous, yttrio. And so far it's doable, which I'm very, very proud of you about. So this is 2, 5, 8. This is 3, 6, 9. This is 1, 4, 7. This is something. 2, 5, 8. Now, what do we do then? We're probably going to have to pull these tricks again. Yeah, I don't know actually. I am already tempted to colour this, because I just see this. Mark would like this because he loves just density of pencil marks, whereas I don't. I find it very hard to scan. That digit and that digit are the same by sudoku. What's the next digit? The next digit is a 1, 4, 7 on the loop in this direction, so a snooker maximum. Oh, I see. Right. so we can't go there, because if this was the next digit, it would see a 1, 4, 7. So we have to do a little bit of a rinky dink. We're going to have to go there for a 1, 4, 7, and then nip down here. Then we can't have the loop touch itself, so we get a few more digits. Now what's this? This is a black dot digit. Oh, lovely. Yeah, this is a black dot digit from the 369 modularity, where you can't put 9 on a black dot, because the other digit's going to be an 18 or a 4.5. And even in the world of variant sudoku, you don't see many of those. So that's got to be a 3 or a 6. This square is now a 2, 5 or an 8. Oh, right. So now look at this sequence. That must matter somehow. Well, obviously we've got the 2, 5s and 8s in this row. So we just have to find another cell that sees all 3 of the other modularities. Oh, no, I've got a 9. I've got a 9 in row 4, which was row thingy, wasn't it? So row thingy gives me my first digit, and that's not a 9, therefore. These squares are a 2, 5, 8 triple. By the power of sudoku. I mean, it's outrageous being made to do sudoku so early in yttrio's puzzle, but that seems to be the way of the world. Now, so if that's 2, 5, 8, that's right. That's a very obvious point, but I'm definitely going to take advantage of it. This square can't be 2, 5 or 8, can it? Because it's 2, 5. This must be a different modularity to this cell because of the white dot. So in fact, it's a bit strange, because I don't know what the modularity of this is. It's either 1, 4, 7 or it's 3, 6, 9. It's one of them. But surely the point is that in this quadruple now, these squares are the 2, 5, 8 modularity. And now I've got 2, 5 and 8s are all done. Yeah, okay, so 2, 5 and 8s are all done in row 3, and that square can't be 1, 4 or 7, so that is from the 3, 6 modularity. So now I've done all the I've done the 3, 6, 9 modularity in column 1, and those two squares can't be 1, 4 or 7, so they're from the 2, 5, 8 modularity. And now I've done the 2, 5, 8 modularity in column 1, and I've done the 3, 6, 9 modularity, so those are 1, 4, 7. And oh, now I finally get to know what the loop does next, because the loop doesn't go to a 1, 4, 7 next. The loop goes there, where that digit is a black dot digit. So it's a 1, 2, 3. Oh, where did my cursor go? A 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, or 8. That's a silly pencil mark, Simon. Don't do silly pencil marks. Okay, the loop doesn't go into any of those 3 squares, because if it does, it has to make a U pentomino to turn. That is a feature of a loop that cannot touch itself diagonally. It would have to turn like that, and these 3 squares would only include the 2, 5, 8 modularity. So these squares get totally orangified. Now we need a 1, 4, 7 as the next. There's a 1, 4, 7 there, or a 1, 4, 7 there, which might be. This black dot is not a 3, 6 modularity. That would break this square. So this is either, well, it's from 1s, 2s, 4s and 8s, isn't it? So it's one from the 1, 4, 7 modularity and one from the 2, 5, 8 modularity. This square sees the 2, 5, 8 modularity, this square here in the row, and it can't be a 3, 6, 9 modularity, so that's a 1, 4, 7 modularity. And therefore, we'll argue that. Oh, don't know. Feeling a bit worried now. I think. What do I think? Oh, I don't know. What's the modularity of this? Oh, that's it. Right, look at that. The modularity of this square is a 3, 6, 9 modularity, so it can't be 9, it's on a black dot. So this is also 3, 6, and that's what forces the loop to turn, because we can't have 2 consecutive 3, 6 modularities. This is very clever indeed. Right, now that's completed my 1, 4, 7s. So the next digit we need is a 2, 5, 8, which is going to be either there or there. Don't know which, I don't think. The loop can't turn into these squares anymore. So one of these is a 2, 5, 8 on the loop. It looks like something's going on here. Yeah, well, it'd be very useful to know. What do we need in here? We need we need a 3, 6, a 3, 6 and a 2, 5, 8. And up here, one of these is from the 3, 6, 9 modularity. Do we know which one? See, this is where it's getting very difficult to scan, actually. I don't know whether to change colour scheme. I don't know. I'm not sure. Where's 9 in this row? Can't go down. Well, it can't be in these 3 squares, so it's in one of those 3. It's a very, very minor point. Oh, I haven't thought. You know what? I haven't thought about this one. Which one of these is on the loop? Well, it can't be that one, because that would create a nonsense corner. It can't be that one or that one. Oh, there's something so simple. I just didn't think of it. So we can do exactly this again. Now all we've got to do, these can't be on the loop, or that's cul-de-sac. Does that have to be a 3, 6 or a 9? it depends, doesn't it? It depends whether the loop sits in this box or not. If it doesn't, these could be 3, 6 and 9. Because there wouldn't need to be, I mean, obviously if it goes to there, then one of those 3 consecutive digits on the loop would have to be 3, 6, 9. It would have to be that one if it goes to here. And then it would have to turn up, and that would have to be a 3, 6 or a 9. That would be quite forcing, actually. But if it goes to here, that's a different kettle of fish altogether. Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. And what do I need next? Is it 3? No, it's 1, 4 or 7 next, isn't it? Okay, so I need to think, which is incredibly pressurized given the time. I don't want to think. I want to fly through the puzzle. I think I'm going to have to attempt a different, or at least some clarificatory. How am I going to do this? Some clarificatory pencil markings. So I'm going to attempt, if I can, something like this to differentiate my 258s. Actually, can I just double click 258s wherever? Yeah, I can. Sven's software is so clever. Right, so I'll make those green, and then we'll make oh, that didn't work. I'll make 3, 6 and 9s, including the 9 I've actually got, into purple. And what we're looking for is groups of 3 that coincide. That's a green, isn't it? So yeah, okay, so I've done all the greens in this row. So this must be a 1, 4, 7 and a 3, 6, 9 because it's joined by a white dot. Does that help me? No, I don't think so. There's no sort of checkerboard here, is there, where I can immediately impart? No, because it's 3 digits. It's not oscillation here. So I don't think that would work. Look, here's a point. 2 purples here. So I can't put 2 purples here. So that means there are 2 purples around here. So those are both purple, and that does give me this as 3, 6, 9. And that should get me that one, shouldn't it? Because we know that the loop running in this direction always has yellow above it. Now the only way that wouldn't be true is if this was yellow and this was green, and the loop, but then the loop would have to cross itself. It would have to cross itself to change polarity like that, and it's not allowed to. So I think that is yellow, and that square is therefore green. So green was 258, wasn't it? This square is 147. So now, what's going on here? 147 is done in the column. That's 369. So these squares are 1 from 258, which can't be the top one because of this. Oh, this is so good. That's a 9. It's just a 9. It's on the dot, so that's an 8. I don't believe it. So 8 is a green digit. 9 is a purple digit. And does that... So this is no longer an 8. And we need a 1, 4... well, okay, here's surely the point. If we go here for the next cell on the loop, it's getting harder and harder to see where the loop is, but I can see it. I'm just going to change this slightly. Oh, I might use a red line to delineate the loop. I mean, this is proper. We're going a bit colour crazy here, but it might be worth it. Okay, but the point I wanted to make was that if I now go here, which would be a 147 digit, then the next digit needs to be... Oh, then, okay, so we could go there then. But then we couldn't get back here, could we? Or could... Oh, no, can we go straight down? Oh, sorry. Okay, I might be totally misleading you then, in terms of where the loop goes next. I do know I need a 2, 5, 8 from this position, which would work with that, wouldn't it? Let's think about this. Okay, here is another point. In this column, I've got 1 purple there, and I've got 2 purples there, so that cannot be purple, which means both of these are purple, which means that one is the other colour, so that's 2, 5, or 8. Which might be useful, don't really know. Yeah, no. Yes, in fact it is useful. So I've now got in box, this box here, these 2 squares, see, well these are all 147s, I'm suddenly realising. Oh, and that's real. Oh, that's beautiful. No, it's beautiful. So now I can't go there, because then after that I need a 3, 6, or 9, and that one isn't it. So I have to wiggle actually. I have to go there, and then I do need a purple next, which must be there, and then I do need. Yeah, I can't go up then, because the loop there would be touching itself diagonally. And I can't go here because that square can't be a 2, 5, or 8. There's 2, 5, or 8 already appeared in the column. So I do go down to here, and now these can't wiggle, or the loop would touch itself if we attempted something like that, wouldn't it? So we close with alacrity, and that is beautiful logic, and that's on the loop. So that all of this gets blued, I suppose, as well as redded. These are definitely off the loop. These are definitely off the loop, or the loop touches itself. This is all off the loop. This column needs, I want to say it needs another 2, 5, or 8 actually, because it's got its 147 quota, because one of these is 1, 4, or 7, or 1 or 4 in particular. So we must have 2, 5, 8 in the corner, which is a green digit. Okay, and our loop, our loop is it looking healthy, would you say? I think probably that's a 147 by 147ing row 2. This digit must be doable now. Oh no, oh well no, that's become purple apparently. I don't know when that happened. I really don't know when that happened, but I've got it labelled as purple, which means it's not 147, so that's 369, that's 147. So now these include 1147 and 1369. Yeah, and the 147 in that column tells us that one is the 369, which is a purple digit. So that's a 147, which is a yellow digit. Now we've done 147s down here. Oh, but we already knew that. What about that digit then? Yeah, that can't be purple, so that's got to be purple, which means that square is the last green. Oh, not that green, that green. In this box, that's 3, 6, or 9. It's not 9. Oh, 9? Where's 9 in this column? I've not put it in. It's got to be in one of those squares. Now, that's sure. Is that good or not? If it was there, that cannot work. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, let's look at that. If that's 9, where does this go next? It's got to go into a 2, 5, 8, which would have to be here. But then the next digit it needs is going to have to be a purple, and that cannot be purple, and that's obviously a cul-de-sac. So the 9 is not there, the 9 is at the bottom. That might not, that's weird though, it might not tell us where the loop goes. That's not, neither of those is 9, but especially not this one. Can't see what to do with that. But so what does this do next? It needs a 2, 5, or an 8. Oh, I've just realised both of these have that, that opportunity, don't they? Oh, that's very disappointing. Yttrio, you naughty, naughty person. Oh, dear, dear, dear. So if it goes there, it can go there. Then it would need a yellow, which would have to be here, which it can't be. That's it. Simple as that. Look at column 4. All the yellows, all our yellows belong to us. These cannot be yellow. And so if it goes into the 9, it needs a yellow next. That's how the loop works. So it doesn't go into the 9. So instead, it's got to go here, which is gorgeous. That gains the moniker of blueliness. That loses any prospect of ever being bluely. We then go, well, we can't go here. So we have to go, the loop can't touch itself. So we have to go to a purple here on the loop, 3, 6 or 9. And we definitely go there. And then the next digit is going to be a yellow. So the loop can't go up or down because the yellows have disappeared. So the loop goes there and the loop closes. That's it. We've done it. We've closed our loop. I was going to say it's as simple as that, but that actually didn't feel that simple, if I'm honest. Right. So everything else just becomes orange. But do we actually need orange or blue anymore? Probably not, do we? We'll leave the red thing in. We'll leave the red line in. We will double click. How do I do this? How do I get rid of all blue in the puzzle? I don't know. I think I have to do it. It's so confusing. I think I'm going to have to do it like this. So just get rid of all of that, and then I double click all of the orange and get rid of that. Oh, look at this. This is becoming uber interesting now. Right, that square sees green and yellow, so it's purple. That's 3 or 6. That's on a dot. So that's, well, we knew that wasn't. Oh, this is yellow by the power of greenliness and purpliness it sees. So that's 1, 4 or 7. In fact, that's going to be, sorry, that's totally obvious, isn't it? That's got to be a 1, 4, 7 as well. This column has got, it's full of snooker maximums and 2, 5, 8s. So all of those squares are purple. Purple is done in the bottom row. It's done in row 7. Right, these are both yellow by that logic. That can't be 9 because 9 is purple. In fact, that can't be 9 because 9 is purple. So that is 9. Hang on. Oh, well, that's right. It sees a 3, 6 pair. No, that's fair. That's a fair deduction. Didn't feel like it was fair, but it is fair. So that finishes all these. These are double green. Now, how do we do this? This is one. What is this? This is 1 green and 1 yellow. But no, I don't know. Hang on, I'm getting confused now. Okay, these are 2, 5 and 8. That square must be deducible. That's a 9. No, it's not. It's, oh, no, it's a green. Oh, dear, dear, dear. That's not 8. In fact, did I actually make use of this 8 when I got it? Not much, to be fair. 8 is in one of these squares. If I could force it onto the black dot, this would be an 8, 4 pair. Ah, okay. In the bottom row, we've done our purples, but I need 3 purples around here, so that's purple. And now we can, so now we know that's green, which means that's yellow. That's done the yellow, so this is green. Yeah, okay, I think this was all, I don't think I've done anything clever there at all, actually. I think that was just completely obvious filling in of the remaining colouring of the grid. In fact, we need to fill this in as well. Let's say that's going to be purple, because that can't be purple, and so that's green. 2, 5, 8. It's not 8 by the power of Sudoku. This is 9 by apparently the power of Sudoku. How many 9s have we got in this grid? Oh, that's a 9 here by Sudoku. So this isn't 9. I have got 6 9s in the grid. Now, can I get more? Yes, I can. That's a 9 by Sudoku. So that's a 9 in the corner. No song, but a very welcome addition to the puzzle. And I think, famous last words, but I think we might have done, we've done very well on 9s. Right, let's do, oh, hang on, I was going to say let's do 8s, but that's probably a bit optimistic. This is a 2 or 8, that's 2, 5, 8. No, I've got 1 8. That's not an 8, because the 8 in this column, well, because there's an 8 in one of those two squares, so that's definitely not 8. So 8 is in one of these two cells. Can that be 8? Yeah, it can. 8 and 4 can join on a dot. Well, hang on, what am I meant to do with the puzzle now I've reached this position? The dots are finishing it, are they? That seems very unlikely. Wow. Wow, am I going mad? That doesn't seem... Oh, yeah, look. Here we go. This square here can't be 8, because that one apparently... I see, because that's just been whittled down to 3 or 6. So that gives us 8 here. Right, oh, goodness me. So that's 8 now. That's no longer 8. Okay, is that actually done anything though? That's not 8. It's the same. It's the same here. Look, the 3 or that's become 3 or 6. So putting the 9s in, it removed 9s for some crucial squares on dots, and that is giving me the 8s as well. This is brilliant. It's brilliant. Now that's not 8. Can we go? Can we go further? I don't know. How many 8s have I got? I have got quite a few. I've got 5. Ah, no, where's the 8 in row 7? I have a 2-5 pair, so I can get another one. Although I suspect that's just going to leave me... Have I got a deadly pattern of 8s left? I fear I may have. I have, yeah. This. That is a deadly pattern. So how's that going to get resolved? It's probably going to get resolved by this digit, for example, or this digit being resolved. It's really weird, actually. There's some... Am I going mad? There aren't nearly enough dots in this puzzle. This can't be a 1. I've just noticed that because something's happened here that's prevented that. Good grief. This is weird. I'm floundering around trying to see anything that could be helpful here. I could colour. I mean, I could do more colouring. I can see all of the 2s and the 5s and the 3s and the 6s can probably be coloured. But I don't much fancy my chances of making a lot of progress doing that. Oh, okay, that digit in this yellow sequence has to go there, doesn't it? So I can get rid of 7 from this square. Is that somehow doing anything? I think what might be worth doing is trying to take stock of... See, those digits are the same, I'm noticing. Because that digit has to go there, so that digit and these 3 digits are all the same. Okay, let's give those a colour. We'll give those a colour as well. So they're all blue. So that's blue by a power of a limit. That's blue. This might actually not go. Oh, no, that's blue. Okay, fair enough. Oh, nearly. Well, no. Okay, that's done something. That's weird. Okay, that's weird. But now that is blue by sudoku. And that means it's not 8. So that's blue. And now 8 goes here. Which means... Ah, this is gorgeous. It's so clever. Now that's become 8, which means I get that digit for free. That's become a 4. Right, let's make sure we use that as much as we can. I might be about to get interrupted as well. Oh, there's an 8 here as well. Oh, come on. Come on now. This is 4. 4 goes there. Come on, keep going. Keep going. What's going on now? There's a 4 in this domino, so that's not 4, which places 4 in this row. Yeah, okay. 4 in here is in one of those squares, so that means it's not here. And that's become a 4, and I feel like I've got all... No, I haven't gotten anything like all the 4s. That's a total and utter piece of nonsense from me. There's a 4 down here. There's a 4 in one of those. There's a 4 in one of these. Okay, so there's no 4 here then, is there? Yeah, we can see there's a 1-7 pair, so that's a 4. And okay, so we finished our 8s as a result of that. We did a bit with our 4s. We've got a deadly pattern, well, we've got this sort of unresolvable pattern of 4s left, which is probably going to be fixed by this dot at a guess. Okay, well let's see if we can do what we did last time. Because we resolved the 8s by colouring, didn't we? Although the way we did it was we coloured the 2s and the 5s. In fact, can we keep that going now I think about it? Because that's got to be blue. That's got to be blue. I think we've therefore coloured all of the 2s and 5s in the puzzle. Effectively, if it's not got a blue thing in it, it's the opposite of blue. So let's try and colour the 1s and 7s. Where's the optimal place to do that? I want to say maybe that one. This could be totally wrong, but I'll try this one. So then that makes that one red, that makes this one red, that makes this one red, makes this one red, that makes this one red, makes this one red. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, oh no, we can do. Yeah, look at that. That becomes red, which means that's not 4. And therefore this is 4, and that resolves another deadly pattern. So now, this is so beautiful. Now look at this. This has to be 7. And that's on a dot, which must link to a 6, which means that's a 3, that's a 3, that's a 6. And how far through the puzzle is this going to go? Hopefully a long, long old way. Yeah, still going. 6, 3, 6, 3. Oh, don't stop. Come on. That's 6, that's 3, that's 3, that's 6. Oh, deadly pattern. Deadly pattern-tastic here. That's a 3 though, so blues become 2. So we can just go through the puzzle, and wherever we see blue we can write 2, which means wherever we don't see blue we can write 5. I can see there is another dot that might have done something to, which is that one. I think, oh no, all our greens are done, and that's now a 6. By dottage here, so that does the deadly pattern at the top, and this 7, yeah, so anything that's got red on it is now a 1. Oh, and yeah, I knew this would happen, so I'm going to have to do it slowly, but that's fine. Red, 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 red. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Nori, nori. Now, is that right? Have I filled in all the D? Yes. And it didn't take me that long. Thank goodness for that, yttrio. You're an absolute marvel. You're a marvel, man. Mad mod quad loop Done. Brilliant. Loved it. Perfect. Now I've got to go and edit it, get it uploaded. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, yttrio, for setting such a beautiful colouring puzzle. Let me know in the comments how you got on. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.